Hello, Dan Matichek here, and I've had so many people ask me about these tomato pots, upside down tomato plants that I'm doing, and I'm about ready to show you the finished product here, project, not a product. And all I've done is my base has the 4 loops on there just to really guide the rope to keep it from moving around. I'm not supporting it from there, I just have them crossed underneath. And I took about 8 foot of rope, put a loop at the end, wrapped it around my hook in the garage here, ran it down through the first hole, across, up, around again, down through the 3rd hole, underneath the pot, to the 4th hole, back up, and around again, and then just wrapped it around, tied it in a knot, put a bit of glue on the knot because this is manila rope and it doesn't hold knots very well. So then what I'm going to do is, it's very early spring in Pittsburgh right now. We had a frost last weekend, or in some areas, but I think it's safe now. I think we're going to have an early spring or an early summer. In Pittsburgh, sometimes you go from winter to right into summer with a little bit of rain in between. And it's kind of a joke around in Pittsburgh that you can go from, it's the only place in the world where you can wake up and get in your car and you're freezing cold, you have to scrape your windows, and on your way home from work that day you have your air conditioner on. So you get quite a bit of weather change. But anyway, I'm ready to put my tomato plants out and plant my flowers also. And if I do think there's going to be a frost, I can just bring them in. There's a lot of advantages and disadvantages of growing your tomatoes this way. One of the biggest advantages, I'm a vegetarian. I love fresh fruit and vegetables. I love to garden. I love to grow plants. I hate pulling weeds. So by doing it this way, you don't have to stake your tomato plants. You just they just hang underneath, and you just pick off the tomatoes when they're ready. You don't have to worry about insects crawling from the ground, onto your plants, so you get less insects. The downside is you have to water them like every day, unless it's of course raining. But because in a tomato in a pot, especially this small of a pot, tomatoes require, well, obviously tomatoes mostly water. The plants take a lot of water to grow. So you in a pot, obviously can't hold that much water. So that's the downside. The other thing you can't do is you can't grow large tomatoes. If you like, the beefsteak, you can't do it. Too much weight, they'll be dragging on the ground. I do either plum tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, or like the small, 5-ounce tomatoes, which like a salad tomato. And that's about as big as you can get. You can also do peppers. Every year I do some hot peppers this way. And this year I have some bigger pots without the flower part of it, just the pot part, that I'm doing zucchini. I'm going to try it the first time. I'm putting 3 zucchini plants in front of my house, because in the top I put flowers, so they're decorative too. But once you have that hanging there, all you do is you take your, I'll show you this up front later, but you take your tomato plant that's already about, you can go pretty big, a foot tall or so. While it's hanging on your hook, fish the plant down through the hole, after you take it out of the starter pot, of course. And then you take your pot and you put it through on top of the roots like that, and then fill it up with dirt. This edge around here, you can see the edge, I'm going to put about an inch of soil in there and plant some really small, 3-inch tall flowers around there. And in the top, I'm going to put either some of them I'm putting flowers, and several of them I'm putting cilantro, which I love, fresh cilantro. So you have your tomato underneath, your cilantro on top. If you want, I'm even doing some. I'm going to put green onion sets around the outside. So they'll grow up like this, and I'll have flowers in the center. So it should actually be quite attractive. The green onions coming up and the flowers in the center, and the tomato on the bottom. I think it'll make a nice arrangement. But anyway, that's what I'm up to today, and I babbled enough, so I'm running around. That's why I'm talking so fast. I'll see you all later, I'll take another short video and I'll show the tomato plants when I have them in. Thanks for watching.